So assignment. Anyone having any facing any challenges with last day's assignment? And like so far, we have covered a good number of topics. Okay, it started with normal print variables, type input. Then we went through the expressions, operators, different types of errors that we get. Then we covered loops. Yes, continue break, while loop, and day 4 we covered functions. So anyone having any questions with the previous topics or with the previous assignments which they want to discuss? I think it's a no. Okay, I will take it as a no then. Guys, feel free to ask me. Okay, any questions you have. Fine. So till yesterday, we saw this non-return type, a method which is not returning anything that is actually a non type. Okay, we saw the default value, how we can declare default value to a function, and then we saw three types of function: user-defined function, which we are defining; built-in functions, which don't require any import; and system function. Actually, this should not be a system function. We can call it a module which needs an import. Okay, module which needs to be imported. So today, first we will see function overloading. Okay, this is a concept in Java called function. It's not called function overloading in Java. It is known as method overloading. The Java concept. Function call from within function, local scope, global keyword module. Fine. So let me start my idle. New file. Okay. So first we are going to see, yes. So we are defining a function. The name of this function is check. This is not having any this is not taking any parameters. Here we are only how we will return some value. Return function without any parameters. Without any. We will define one more function with the same name. We'll give one parameter here. We call it here we will return one string which will print return actually which will return function with one parameter. We have to call this function. We call it value. So this function, whatever value it will return, it is going to be saved in this particular variable. Okay, and then we are going to print this variable. We have to save this. Python programs, day 5. Commit. Yes. So, yes. So first we will call the function with the parameter. Okay, we will give here as 12. Save it, we run it. So we're getting the output function with one parameter. So this particular function is getting called. Okay. Now what if we try to call the first function? Okay. So we will get a error here, missing one required positional argument. Okay, it's telling we need to give one parameter. So basically what happens in Python, if we have two functions with the same name in one file, then the one which is defined in the last, so it will take that as a function, it will ignore this function. Okay? It is going to ignore this function. In Java, we can have two functions or methods with the same name, but with different parameters and all. But in Python, this is not allowed. Anyone having any questions? Okay, so this was one thing. This is not allowed. Not allowed in Python. Function call.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Print and return both are doing same task. Print function and return both are
No, I
both
didn't
are
get.
doing.
I didn't get your question. What is your question,
Okay,
please?
your that value equal to check of some parameter and print of value it will if we execute this one we are getting output like function with one parameter return is there, right?
Yes. If we call
Yeah,
it, yes.
print
If we
and the return both functions are same doing task. Suppose in case of return if you write print of function with one parameter like that.
yes, that also we can do. We can remove this. We can directly print this. That's what you're trying to ask.
Okay, I want to difference between print and return. What is
Print and return,
print
is it?
and
Okay, okay, okay,
yeah,
okay. Okay. So see, there is no relation with print and return. Okay.
okay.
You can directly call this method only. We don't need to print anything. Okay. We can directly call this method. Okay. We are not printing anything. We'll just, so what it will happen, it will call this function, and this is the return type which we are not storing anywhere, which we are not saving anywhere. Okay. If you want to save, we can give us like a value equals to save. If you don't want to save, that is also fine. We don't want to print this, we just want to keep it in this value. Okay. So this will not return you, this will not print anything, because print is what? Print is, we want to display something in the console. That is what print does. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
If we
uh,
not return, function does not work. Return keyword is mandatory for function.
no, if I remove, suppose if I remove this. Okay. This function is a blank function, it is not doing anything.
Okay.
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 So if we run this,
Schematic.
expected independent block. Okay. So 1 minute. Since we are not returning anything, right? So why this will not work, value equals to check. Okay. Now if we run this block after function definition on line 5, maybe. Okay. Yes. Then we cannot have a function without a function body. Okay. So we
Okay.
have to have something here. Might be we can give anything. We can just define when a equals to 0.
Okay.
Okay. So it is this. Okay. So we cannot have this is a good question you asked. I also got to know this, that we cannot have a function without a function body.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Return is a reserved keyword for Python. It's a like
Reserve.
printf, like
Where do you want to use a reserve keyword?
I'm asking return is a keyword like print
Correct,
if else
correct.
like.
Correct. Because see, if you try to create a variable with return
Uh,
equals to 12, you know, this is in orange.
uh,
It's a reserved keyword. If we will get a syntax error.
okay.
Okay, invalid syntax. Okay. Yes, good questions. Good, very good questions. So, next we will see a function call from within function. Okay. So suppose we'll name it check. One will give the name. Okay. Uh, and suppose in this function we are printing this, and from here we are calling this function check one. And okay, so what is happening? We are calling this check function, this one, and when the control is in this function, this is calling another function which is defined here, check one, and this is going to be printed. Okay, we are calling one function from another function. Okay, we save it, we run it, so we get the output from the second function without any parameter. Okay, this is calling. You will see a lot of examples when you work in Python real time. One function is getting called from another function. Okay. Any questions in this? Save it.
Means here we have
Yeah.
written check of parameter is one function. In
Hmm.
that we are calling check one, right?
Calling another, yeah, first function. Yes.
Okay, okay.
Okay. This is one
Dan,
function getting called from another function. Yes.
yeah, Danish, I have pinged you a small piece of code. Can you run that
Yeah. Sure.
on chat box and short webs? Yeah, yeah. Just copy
This
this.
one. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Entire that. Yeah. Entire code. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And can you please run this one?
Sure. Get a new file.
Yeah. Can you please run this?
Save it. Yeah. It gave you 7.
Yeah, 7. So
Yes.
see, Sandeep, here what is happening? I have written print b at the last, right? And before
Yeah.
that we have written b is equal to calculate sum 3 comma 4. Okay, so it is calling that calculate sum function, and in that calculate sum function we have mentioned that we want to add number 1 plus number 2, correct? No,
Okay, okay, okay.
and then we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
written return a. Okay, now
Uh,
Danish, you please remove this return a part. Okay, delete this one, return a. Now run this code. Yeah, now run this code. Did you get any output?
Yes. None.
no, none.
None.
Yeah.
Why? Because that function was not returning anything, and at the last you are trying to print b, but that function has not returned, so you cannot print anything. Okay, so this
Okay,
is the
okay,
difference between return and print. Okay, hope that is clear.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Danish, to hijack
No
your
problem. No problem.
meeting, but that's fine.
It's
Thank
always
you.
good to have more participation. Yes. So next we have something called, yeah. So for this example only, we have, suppose we are returning a, right? We are not returning anything. Okay. So we are not returning anything. We are just calling this, and we want to print a. Okay. So what will be the value of a? Any guesses?
7.
Seven.
Error, error,
Okay.
I guess.
One is saying this should be an error. Why it should be an error?
A is not defined.
A is not defined. Okay, let's see. One more minute. So what are we getting here? So A is not defined. Okay, this is error as was told by someone. A is not defined. Okay. So see this A, we are not declaring it anyway. It is being declared inside this function. Okay.
Okay.
It is being declared inside this function. So its visibility will be only within this function. Outside the function, we won't be able to use this. Okay, because see, after this function body, right? It is still this point. See, there is a tab here, right? There is this indentation here. Okay, so if we now print it, we will comment this. 7. Okay, so this is called local variable. Okay, this A is local variable. It is a local variable, and it will be, or its life will be within this function only. Okay. Now suppose I give A equals to 15 here. Okay. This is called a global variable because this A will be visible everywhere. Okay. But now we have a clash. This is a global variable declared outside the function, and here we have a local variable that is declared inside the function, and we are trying to print A inside the function also and outside the function also. Okay. So first, this method will be called calculate sum. Inside that we are printing uh, A. Okay, and then we are okay. First we will assign this before calling this function. Okay, then it would be better. So yeah, yeah. So first, so before calling this function, right, it will come to this line. First line will be this A equals to 15, and then we are calling this function calculate sum, and then we are printing here also and here also. So what will be the output here?
7 and
15
50.
and 7.
15 and 7, 7 and 15. Okay. So first this A will be printed, just for confirmation. So what will be the value of this A?
7.
7.
7. And what will be the value of this A? 15, right?
No,
So we'll
first
run
thing
this.
it is. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah, tell me please.
First it will print 15, I think so. Because that is global variable, right?
Correct,
After that, we are calling that function.
correct.
Calculate
So
sum.
yeah, so whenever there is a clash between a local variable and global variable, whenever they have the same name, okay, then always local variable will get the priority. See, first 7 is printed, then 15 is printed. Okay, so whenever there is a clash between local and global, local will get the priority. And suppose if we want to print global here, okay, we don't want to print local here. So what we have to do here, suppose we are removing this line, okay, we are only printing A. No, if we do this, A equals to, and if I give here, so first 10 will be printed, then 15 will be printed. Okay. Suppose we want to use A equals to 10, right? Yeah. Suppose we want to use global variable over here, okay, instead of local. Okay. So what we need to do, there's a keyword called global, and we'll mention global A. Okay. So this will tell the function that this is not a local A, but we are using here a global A. Okay. Or better than that, I will try to give another. Wait. We will run only this one, only print A. Okay. Without defining any local variable, we are printing A. Okay. So what will be the output? 15, 15. Okay. So whenever we have two variables, like we have a clash over here, A equals to A equals to 15. We have a local variable, then we are declaring something a global variable. Okay, and then we are trying to print this. We'll make local as 5. Okay. Then we have used the keyword global. Okay, and then we are printing A. Okay, let's see what this will print. Name is assigned before global declaration. Okay, so we cannot declare like this. Uh, A equals to 5. Okay, then this 5. Uh, okay, so this is being overwritten 5 and 5. Okay. So you see what it did. Uh, we are we are making this A as global. Okay, and this is a reassignment operator. We are again assigning it to 5. Okay, and then we are printing A, and then we are printing A. So this value of 15 is being overwritten. You got this? What is happening over here?
Yes.
Suppose if you remove global keyword, it will print 5 and 15.
If we
So why
remove
15 is
the
overridden here?
global keyword, okay,
Yeah.
then it is going to print 5 and then 15. Correct.
Okay. If you return global keyword, then 15 is overridden.
Then means this A is no
5 and
longer
15.
a local A. Okay, this is a global A. Okay, we are overwriting the global A. Okay. So yes, and what if there is another thing here which I wanted to show? This was global, and this we'll just save this file. Save. Yeah. What if we have two functions, f num we have a over here also. Okay, a equals to 34. A. For the time being, we are removing this global. We are just commenting this. Okay, so now we have three A's, right? In this method, we have 1A equals to 5. In this method, we have 1A equals to 32. And we have another global level. We have an A. Okay. It's not returning. So is this going to work? These two methods both are having, same variable name. First method and second method both are having A equals to 5, A equals to 34. Is this going to work?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. So there is no clash. Okay. So as I mentioned, local variable life it will be within this function only. So there will be no clash between this and this because they are like separate entities. Okay, they have no interrelation between each other. Okay. So this was all in local and global variables. Okay, global keyword we have covered. Yes. Now we have some interesting we will explore more on these modules. We have some interesting things in modules. Okay, let's close this. Okay, so so we have some built-in libraries in Python which we have to import and use. Okay, so there is one module. It's called map. Okay, yesterday also we saw. So before using, any functions defined in this module, we have to import that module. Okay. After importing it, we can call the function using this syntax. For example, there is a function called square root inside this module. The square root we can give as 25. Okay, so this is going to module. Okay. So then we run this 5.0. Okay, this was one way of importing. Suppose we don't want to use this math word every time. Okay, we directly want to use this function. Okay. So if you do it now, this is a valid function inside this math Python file. Okay, so if you run this, where is getting an error, square root is not defined. Okay, so another way of doing it is, we have to mention this from this module import square root. Okay, so what is happening from this module, we are only importing this function. We cannot use any other function from this module. There will be n number of, each module has 20, 30, 40 number of functions. Okay, so I will just explain one two from each. Okay, rest you can explore like what is the use and all. Okay, so with this, if you run it, run module, you see the value we are getting as 5. Okay, this is another way. Okay, one more way of doing this is, first way we saw this by doing this import directly. We are importing the module. Okay, there is a third way of doing it. We can import from math import everything. Star means everything. We can do this, or you can do, there's another function in that module, trunk. Okay, this will truncate your value. trunc 12.4567. We are giving a star, so we can use all the functions which are defined in this math module. Okay, we'll save it. This this is the square root, and this is the truncation part. Like, it is truncating these values and giving only 12. Okay, but this one is not preferred, import star. Okay, because there will be a lot of things which will be imported. So either you can use this import square root. Sorry, it's not that import square root, it's import math. Either you can import that full module, or you can import up like whatever we want to use. Suppose we want to use here like two functions from that module, square root and trunc. Okay, so we are only importing these two functions from this particular module, and we are going to run it. It is working fine. Okay, or if you want to use only import, you can do is import math, but then, we have to use this word math dot square root and math dot truncate, and then module C. So any questions in these, the three ways we can import? Then we have another module, called random. So this is going to generate a random number. Okay. Uh, Suppose we want to generate random dot use rand int. Okay. Rand int. So this method rand int. Okay. What it is going to do? So we are passing two parameters, 1 and 10. It is going to generate one integer. Okay. Between 1 to 10, any random integer. Okay. If we print this, we'll get a syntax error, because we are using maps function, but we are not importing it anywhere. Okay. So for the time being, yeah, I'm commenting these two. Run it. So it's getting a random number. If we again run it, we'll get some different number, 9. You know, we can again run it. This time it is giving 4. Okay. In fact, with this, we can play a game also. We can uh, guess the number. We can name the game as guess the number. Okay. So how will that work? Like we can make use of what we have learned by just doing this. Okay. So we will assign this number. Suppose this is the secret number. Is the secret number? Typing it, we're just storing it here. And then what we are doing, we will create one loop for count or count in the range of how many times you want to go. Maybe 3 times, 1 to 4. Okay. And we'll just print enter the number. Yeah, or you can mention like guess the number. Guess the number. And store this number as an input. And if my guess is correct, whatever we are giving, our num equals to our secret number. This is equal to this. Print you won. Uh, and then suppose we will, like, if the user guesses, if the user's guess is correct in the very first go, then we no need to go again to 2 and 3, right? So what we will do to come out of this
Break.
break, right? Else if the user if he is guessing the wrong number, we need to show him a message: your guess is not correct. Your guess is not correct. Please take a second chance. Take another chance. Right? After printing this, what we need to do? Anything else?
Continue.
We can do continue also. And even if we don't give continue, so continue is generally used now when we have some more steps after this. Okay, if we don't even give continue, it will automatically go to that next number, next count. If we don't have anything, any code over here, okay. So yes, this will happen. Okay. So we at the end we need to show the user a message that if he guesses three times and all three times he is incorrect, okay. So we have to like display a message that you have lost the match. Okay, please play the game again. How are we going to do it? Like outside the for loop, it also this one he guesses once he is wrong. This is printed. Okay, and again it will go down. Now the value will be 2. He will get a second chance. He will guess something again. This incorrect. It will go over here. And when the value will be 3, again he guesses wrong. It will come in this. And once the count is 3, we need to show him a message that you have exceeded the maximum number of chances. So how are we going to do this in this program? So anyone who wants to help me out here?
Outside the for loop print.
Outside the follow print. Okay.
Yes.
What do we need to print? That you have lost the game.
Yes.
Have lost the game. Okay. Is that correct? So we can run it. Okay, and we'll see whether the way which you told this will work or not. Okay. This is not the like optimal solution. This is not the optimal solution, but we will try with this. Okay. So it's asking me guess the number. Guess the number. I cannot see the window. Oh, I have to print it over here only. Okay. 1 minute. 1 minute. We are printing. And okay. We'll run it again. Guess the number. Yes. I'm guessing it to be 3. Okay. Your guess is not correct. Please take another chance. This time I will say 6. Guess is not correct. Another chance is not 5. Oh, we have lost the game. Please try again. Okay. So this worked, right? Your logic. I will just change the input. I will just change the input over here. Okay. Suppose I already know the secret number somehow. Okay. I'm assigning it to be 4. Okay. And I'm going to run this program. So I know the number is 4. Okay. Somehow I came to know about it. I will just print 4. So see, I'm getting 2 messages. You won and you have lost the game. Please try again. This is not correct, right?
Yes.
So when you will do now competitive coding in platform like Hacker Rank and all those, so they will check your program by giving different inputs. Okay, so you might see that your logic is correct for one input, but for another input, you are not getting the correct output. So again, you have to go through your code. You have to see where you have made the mistake and all right. So now tell me what needs to be changed to make the game perfect. I will tell you, no problem. So there are like multiple ways we can do the same function. I'm just giving you the way which is coming to my mind right now. Okay. So we are printing this. Okay, and after this print, we will check this condition. Okay, what condition will check? The value of count we will check. Okay, if count equals to how many? How much?
3.
3. Then you print this message. Okay. So So I know the number is 4. Okay, now we'll again we'll run it and see. Guess the number. I'm typing 4. You won. We didn't get this message. Again, guess the number. I know the number, but I'm going to give incorrect input. Okay. Your guess is not correct. Please take another chance. Guess the number. 3. Not correct. 9. You have lost the game. Please try again. Okay. So is this clear to everyone? This small program which we have written, it's just you can name it anything. We'll make it original. Okay. This is not required anymore. This was one way. Okay. Another way which came to my mind, we can do it that way also. We can use a flag. Okay. Uh, it's a boolean value we can give. Initially, we'll make it false. This false will not work because Python is case sensitive. We have to make it F. Okay. So as soon as the user guesses the correct number, we will give it a true value. Okay. And then we no need to do this. This is not required over here. So once it comes out of the loop, right? So once it comes out of the loop, it will check for the value of flag. Okay. So if flag equals to false, then we have to print this. So if we run this, run module, unterminated string literal. Why it is giving error?
Yeah, print the last one, last print. Print. After print, we have again double quotation.
I
Last
need
one.
to I need to comment this. So comment this. We have to give 3 double quotes. I've given only one. I wanted to comment this. Okay. And here also we have something extra, right? Yes.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. That one. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Fun module. Guess the number. I know the number is 4. You won. See, this also works. Okay. So, any problem you can do it in multiple ways. What, like 2 ways, 3 ways. Each person will have their own style of doing. Okay. So we were doing this, we were going through the modules. We have used this module random. Okay, and with the help of this module, we have built this game. Okay. So this was random module. Then now we look into other modules also. Okay. What other modules we need to cover? Oh, we have something called time, and we have something called OS. Okay. Like there are many modules, but I've just selected, these two, three, four to explain you things. You can like explore on your own. Okay, rest of the modules. We'll
Can we
open
see
this.
how many functions there in a particular module? Anywhere we can see here?
How many functions are there? Yes, it's a good question. We'll open the same thing. Which one module will it? Okay, sorry. This is that we're running. We have to. Anyways, we'll create a new thing and we'll answer your question. No problem. So suppose we are using this time module. Okay, time module. Yes. So we are doing import time, and here, so you type time. Okay, you give a dot and you do a control space. Okay. So these are the methods inside this module. You see, I'm doing a control space. Okay. 1 minute. I will give comment over there only. You can refer it later also. Control plus space. Okay, if you do this and you type a control space, you will get all the this function name inside that module. Okay, but before using any any method, you have to see what parameter it takes, what values it is possible to give in that function, that you have to explore. Okay, because there's so many modules, right? Not possible for anyone to remember all like for all these everything here. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so from this time module, we have c time. I have selected these three functions. Okay, c time, sleep, and time. I want to print the current time. Okay, current time. What is the current time? Time dot c time. The control space c time. Save it. This is time module. Save it here. We have to run this. See, it is day, month. Sorry, this is day, name, month, and the day numeric, and then we have the 8:50 23 seconds 2022. Okay, so this is how you can display the current time with this. And other functions we have sleep and time. Okay, if you want to like if you want to pause this program for some time, okay, or maybe for 10 seconds. Okay, and after 10 seconds again we are going to print the time. Okay, let's see how this works. And run module time has no attribute SLEE. Okay, what did we miss?
P. Sleep. All.
P. Yes, we mentioned missed P. Okay. So see, now it is not doing anything. It is sleeping. After 10 seconds, it is going to print the second line, the time. Saw it 29:39. You see the change in value?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. There's another interesting thing. Suppose, okay, we'll comment these. Suppose you want to calculate how much time a program is taking to run. Okay. I am trying to print 1,000 numbers. Let's see how much time it takes to print 1,000 numbers. So to use this, we have this method called time. Okay. So we'll store this in a variable. We'll start time. Start time equals to time dot time, and our end time, or we can see the duration, equals to time dot time minus our start time. In this duration. Okay. So this it will store it here, the starting time for that. Okay. And then after this loops is over, the printing is over, or we won't print anything. We will just because our if we print 1,000 times, our this our this idle will be full. Okay, it will be a very long one. So I'm just assigning anyway. We're not printing anything. We're just assigning this value a equals to 10 or I anything. Okay, print duration is taken. And this will print our time taken in seconds. We run this. Wow, it just 0 seconds. What if we increase this to 10,000s? Now see, this value is a little bit increasing. Okay. What if you make it to 1 lakh? If it loops for 1 lakh times, again it is. What if we increase to 10 lakh times? Actually, this time, time taken, 0.047. It depends on your internal thing also. The system which you are using. Okay, what processor you are using, how much fast that is. So this will vary from system to system. It is not like this will be the same value will show for you also. Okay. Any questions here?
Time is only taking time, right? Not like city time.
It's just calculate. So it's like it's taking as a number. Okay. Like it is converting the. You might think like this. It is converting hours, minutes, and seconds into seconds, and storing it in this variable. Okay, and here also it is like this. Then we have the current time in seconds, and then it is subtracting that. You can think it like in this way. Any other questions? Then we will see our last module I have kept, OS operating system. Okay, so we are going to comment this time also. We are going to use OS module. This is also an important and interesting module. Okay, we'll comment this entire thing. So we have imported OS. OS was for our operating system. So we want to print where we are right now. Okay, current working directory. The short form is CWD. Save it. We run it. What is the problem? Mm, Module OS has no attribute CWD. So there is no attribute. So we need to check what is the attribute actually. Control space. We give C. What are the options we have with C? 1 minute. Oh, we don't have with CWD anything like that. What is that module name? Oh, it is get CWD. Okay, my mistake. Actually, I don't uh, remember all the names. So get CWD. Run module. So right now, we are into Python programs, Day5 programs module. Okay, you can check where you are right now with CWD, and then we have, if you want to check what are the files in this directory. Okay, so we have some function li space lister. Okay, save it, run it. These are the programs which we are having function.py module. These are the files which we are having inside this folder. Okay, so it showed us the name also. And one more, if you want to create a new directory here, okay, we can also do that. Os dot, I think it is encoder, make directory. We have to give the path over here. Okay, so where do we want to create? Suppose you want to create here only, so I will just copy this and I will paste it here. Why is space make double quote? So over here I want to so Okay, so you have to convert this. We want to create a new file and we'll keep the name as training folder. We want to create a new folder that is training folder. Okay, and we will just execute this line. We'll save it. One module. Now, if you see that our this folder, see we have created a new module called training over here. Right now, if you want to remove, you want to delete this directory. Okay, then there should be another command. S dot rm should be rm. Yes, copy the same path. Copy. Sorry, paste. I missed the R. And this. Perhaps you forgot a comma. Where is it? See, and then we have an extra R over here. Now, if you see, open our folder, the directory is gone. Okay, so we have seen these four modules. Anyone having any questions so far from the topics which we covered today?
Yeah, could you please explain once that start time?
Start time,
How
end
much time
time.
it will take? Yeah, yeah. Start.
Uh-huh.
Only start time. Time minus time. It won't
Okay,
take that.
okay, okay.
Time minus start time.
This one, right?
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
line
yeah.
you want?
Could you please enter and explain once?
Sure, sure. So what I told you, when we use this function time dot time, okay,
Yeah.
yes. So this will convert your, no, like your, I just gave you an abstract example. Okay, so what if you try to print this? 1 minute. Import time. If you want to print this, let's see what is getting printed. Okay, let's see what is getting printed. We'll comment all these things. So you're getting this value. Okay, now I am also not sure like how do they compute this value. Okay, in this I have to, then I also have to explore this. Okay, so what I explained to you, you think it like this. They are converting, hours, minutes and second into only in seconds. Current time, the
Okay.
current time. Okay, they are converting this into second. Okay,
Okay. Uh,
I told you to think like this, but that like I don't know like how do they come to this number. I'm just telling you how you can think it in this way, okay? And then what
okay.
we are doing, we have run this loop, and in the end, what we are doing again, we are finding some value like this, right? And then we are
Okay.
subtracting this value, what we are getting over here, and the value which we are getting that is in seconds.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Got it? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, Yes, so I've covered almost all the topic. Only one topic is remaining, that is custom module. We now till now we have seen we are importing other people's this, but that is already written in Python. Okay, what if we want to create our own module and we want to use it in our programs? Okay, I will just close this session with by showing you how do we do that. Okay, we'll close this. So in our programs, do we have any program which we can import? Let's see. Sorry, I did it like this. I did it like that. Okay, this is having two methods, check one, check two. We will remove this, okay? Check 12. We are not calling it from here. Okay, so this, our functions class, sorry, functions file is having two methods, check one and check two. I will copy this and this will be fine. Control C. So file, new file, we'll print these two method, we'll name it.
Method and functions both are same meaning.
Sorry?
Sometimes you're calling functions, sometimes you're calling methods. Both are same. Here check one
Yes,
and check of
yes,
are
yes.
two different
Functions and
things.
method both are same. Correct. Yes. Generally, when in object-oriented programming, they will call it methods, like in Java and all. Okay, but they have the same syntax. You can use it interchangeably. It's not a problem. Documents. But right now, since we are concerned, we are like learning function only. We will use the word function only. Okay, Python. Otherwise, it will confuse Python programs. Day 5. So we are naming it. We already have one test. We are naming it as check. Check. This Python file is named as check. Okay. We'll create another file where we are going to use this new file. So we are importing what we are going to import this particular file. Okay, check.py. So we will import check. Okay. Or suppose if we want to use only one particular method, check one. So what syntax we have to use? Like from check import
So
check
call.
one. Okay, from import check one. So and then what do? We will directly call this check one. We'll save this. This is for custom module. Okay, custom. Let's save it. We will. So what it is going to do? Check one is going to print this function without any parameters. So we are getting this function without any parameter. So we will change some value here for check also. Oh, check is calling check one. Oh, this was okay. I will do something else here. Print function with parameter. Otherwise, you won't understand whether what we are getting from here. Okay. So, what if we want to import? We like only want to we want to import the whole thing. Okay. What is the name of this? Check, right? Yes, import check. So we are calling check one and we are calling check as well. Let's see, the function and the method is having the same name. One module. Check one is not defined. Why check one is not defined, my friend? Import check. Import check check1 ch. Yes, it should work. Why it will comment this. We'll find out why this is not working. Run module. Okay. Now if we change the name check one to check two. Let's see whether this is okay. Have we saved this? We have not saved this, I think. When we added that print statement, we didn't save it. I think that is why it was giving errors. Yes, I see. Check one is not defined. Why check one is not defined? Check one is already defined here. Import check. Okay, might be yes. So we'll change the name here. Huh? We'll see whether this works or not. It's strange. Is check one taking any parameter? No, check two is taking one parameter. Okay. Check two is taking one parameter. We'll give it a name. No. Okay, we'll comment out this. No problem with the names. But this worked, right? When we use that from check import check 2, this was working fine. And even if we do this from import check 1, this is also working fine. But when we are using the normal imports, we will be using the normal import statement, only import check. Oh, understood. Did you got why it is giving error? Anyone want to guess? Anyone who wants to take a guess why it was giving error? I just realized it. See, when we are doing only import, right?
Yeah,
We have to
module
give
name
that
dot.
name, module name here, right?
Okay.
We have to give the module name. Otherwise, because there are 2 or 3 ways of importing, right? So I also got confused with that. So yeah, using check only, no problem. Yes. Okay. So anyone having any questions till now? I think we're over time. Save this. In these topics, what we covered, anyone having any questions? Or we are good to wind up the session? So this is this is what we learned today. This custom module, this is an important thing. Suppose you have created something on your own that was not present. It's a unique thing. You invented something using Python. And you think it can be used in your projects, or other projects also, which will be reusable to many people. It will help other people. So those kind of things, you can just create your own, you can and use it in your system only, and you can send the code to others also, that you can import and use it. It's a strong things, custom module. Okay. So I think we are good to wind up the session. Aditi, you can stop the recording.
Okay, thank you, Danish.
Yeah, thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye.